10 Pythagoras instructions for your life. I am giving you instructions to the keys to a better life. So I'm going to give you 10. There's a total of 39 that you can go look up yourself, but I'm going to give you a 10 to start having a better life and living the life that you so please. Because again, in order to be a generator, operator, destroyer, you must create. Decline from the public ways, walk in an unfrequented path. By this to be understood that those who desire wisdom must seek it in solitude. Solitude is a joyous one. Govern your tongue before all things. Follow the gods. This aphorism warns man that his words, instead of representing him, misrepresents him, and that when in doubt as to what he should say, he should always be silent. The wind blowing, adore the sound. Pythagoras here reminds his disciples that the fiat of God is heard in the voice of the elements, and that all things in nature manifest through harmony, rhythm, order, and procedure that attributes the deity. On my 3-year sabbatical, I didn't have any social media. I wasn't physically present on social media. The only thing that was in my algorithm was everything in nature. The trees, the birds, the turtles, the fishes, everything that I want to know or understand will be out there, not in the metaverse. Okay, assist a man in raising a burden, but do not assist him in laying it down. The student is instructed to aid the diligent, but never to assist who seek to evade their responsibility, for it is a great sin to encourage indolence. Speak not about Pythagorean concerns without light. The world is herein warned that it should not attempt to interpret the mysteries of God and the states of sciences without spiritual, intellectual illumination. I'm here to enlighten those who only want to be enlightened. Okay? Having departed from your house, turn not back, for the Furies will be your attendants. Pythagoras here warns his followers that any who begin to search for truth and after had learned part of the mystery, become discouraged and attempt to return again to their former ways of vices and ignorance, will suffer exceedingly, for it is better to know nothing about divinity than to learn a little than stop without learning at all. And my favorite quote from Bobby Hemmett: if you're scared, then go back to church. Go back to the church. Nourish a cock, but sacrifice it is not, for it is sacred to the sun and moon. And cock just means the body. 2 great lessons are concealed in this aphorism. The first is warned against the sacrifice of the living things to the gods, because life is sacred and man should not destroy it, even as an offering to the deity. The second warns that the human body here referred to as a cock is sacred and to the sun, God, sun is God, and the moon, nature, and it should be guarded and preserved as man's most precious medium of expression. Pythagoras also warned his disciples against suicide. Work with me here. Receive not a swallow into your house. This warns the seeker after truth not to allow drifting thoughts to come into his mind, nor shiftless persons to enter in his life. He must ever surround himself with rationally inspired thinkers, with conscious workers. This is why I created the Generator, Operator, Destroyer account. I only want to talk amongst the gods. I only want to listen to the gods. Okay? Everything else is just noise to me. Bots, parasites, cosplayers, done away with. Ignore them. Offer not your right hand easily to anyone. This warns the disciple to keep his own counsel and not offer wisdom and knowledge, his right hand, to such an incapable of appreciating them. The hand here represents truth, right hand truth, which raises those who have fallen because of ignorance. But as many of the unregenerate do not desire wisdom, they will cut off the hand that is extended in a kindness to them. Time alone can effect the redemption of the ignorant masses. When rising from the bedclothes, roll them together and obliterate the impression of the body. Pythagoras directed his disciples who had awakened from their sleep of ignorance into the awakening state of intelligence to eliminate from their recollection of all the memory. Their former spiritual darkness for a wise man and passing leaves no form behind him which others less intelligent seeing shall use a mold for the casting of idols. That is the most famous quotes from Pythagoras. There is a total of 39 that you can go look up yourself. But I want you as a generator, operator, and destroyer to live by those instructions. I am only here as a guide to you go back to yourself. I want you to get the right keys to the doorway back to your soul, which is your heart. And this is why I wrote my book here. What Will Your Heart Weigh Against the Feather? I want people who have a cold, hardened heart to be as light as that feather. And I want you to ascend to a better life and off the planet. It all started with you. This universe is you. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm. The choice has always been yours. Get my book. Thank you.